Procurement.
Motion.
Motion to proceed.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We will now be moving forward with the RFP procurement. Do we have a motion to adjourn the committee meeting?
So moved.
Do I have a second? Okay. This committee meeting has been adjourned. Yes.
Okay, Mayor Biassiata, Ms. Moss,
Here.
Mayor Weiss,
Here.
and Ms. Welch.
Present.
Okay, we have 3 committee members present.
We have only one agenda item, and it's an RFP procurement. It's going to be a presentation on the competitive and negotiated procurement for the applicant tracking system. And I'm going to turn it over to Josh and Ashley.
Good morning, Committee Member Moss, committee members and board members. This morning, we're going to speak about the applicant tracking system. My name is Joshua Miranda. I am the Director of Enterprise Architecture and Applications. In April of 2022, GCRTA staff participated in a Kaizen event. It was determined there were some critical process bottlenecks and limitations related to the Oracle iRecruitment application tracking product. Action items were established, with one of them related to replacing the Oracle iRecruitment product with a new applicant tracking system, ATS. So in today's world, we have more competition than ever. We know that everybody is looking for top talent, and so part of the needs that we need to meet are related to how do we reach that talent and how do we stay engaged with that talent. So some of the challenges today: 63% of job seekers will likely reject a job offer because of bad candidate experience. 60% of candidates will quit in the middle of an application because of its complexity, and that has cost to the authority. So application tracking systems and job applications, the process has changed from a paper-heavy sorting process and a database model to something like this, which is an integrated platform that allows the work to be performed and the data and analytics to be reviewed at the same time. Another primary concern related to the ATS was that it was a mobile-friendly product. So here is a representation of what that product would look like. And then here is what the worker in the recruiting role would have. At the top of the screen there, you see a tracking monitor bar that lets them understand where do we stand in the process. You can have all of your correspondence tracked and managed through this platform, so it makes it very easy and efficient for our staff to do what they need to do. And then this is an example of what's called a welcome page or a landing page. This is to take our applicants from accepting a job into the first steps of onboarding, which is this is where you're coming. Here's a potential message from our location to tell you where you need to go and give you some idea of what documents you need to prepare. So current iRecruitment tool deficiencies was it was not mobile friendly. There was no electronic signature capability, no automated notification to candidate, limited reporting capabilities. It's difficult for the HR staff to navigate and maintain. And there was a double data entry effort where recruiting would put data in and then HRIS would put data in. The modern ATS benefits: it isolates the hiring population from the current employees. It has built-in reporting capabilities to identify bottlenecks and address them real time. It is mobile friendly. It is a SaaS solution allowing for high uptime and fast processing. It has built-in integrations with existing hiring platforms. It has bidirectional integration with Oracle EBS to allow for single data entry and process streamlining. And modern ATS meets the needs of both the recruiting team and the applicants.
Good morning, Chairwoman Moss, members of the committee, members of the board, Reverend Lucas. My name is Ashley Bober, and I am the contract administrator for this project. The RFP was issued on September 5th of 2022. It was accessed on our website by 22 interested parties, and 4 firms proposed. The evaluation panel were representatives from Human Resources, Information Systems, Operations, and Procurement. The evaluation criteria used to evaluate the proposals was the technological flexibility and security, the internal user and administrative experience, the external user experience, or the candidate, the technical expertise and experience, and lastly, cost. I do want to take this moment to briefly explain our process and how we moved forward with this project. In a typical RFP, we receive proposals, we shortlist the firms, and then we'll interview those shortlisted firms. After those interviews, we request something called a request for best and final offer. In this process, we recognize because it is software that we had to do things a little differently. So when we solicited the RFP, we essentially said, these are the technical capabilities that we would like, for instance, like the mobile friendly. This is what we want it to accomplish. You proposers, please tell us, how can we get to where we want to be? So we had 4 firms propose. The evaluation panel reviewed those 4 proposals, and we shortlisted 3 firms. Of those 3 firms, we had demonstrations, software demonstrations. So the evaluation team, it was all virtual. We watched the sales representative or the company navigate the software. And from those demonstrations, we shortlisted to 2 firms. And with those 2 firms, we did software trials, where essentially we got to do a little bit of driving of the software. So the human resources stakeholders could see what it would be like for them, and then our IT stakeholders could see the back end, how it would run and process and integrate. And then from those trials, we selected the firm that I'll present to you now. So the recommended firm is UKG, the Ultimate Kronos Group, Incorporated. They're headquartered in Weston, Florida. And there was a 0% DBE goal assigned by the Office of Business Development. UKG, their strengths include, they are a global human capital management industry leader. They are 3rd in the world. They are serving over 150 countries and 75,000 plus organizations. In the United States alone, they serve 2,000 federal, state, and local government agencies. This system will provide an intuitive workflow to reduce time on administrative tasks by automating business processes from the very beginning to the very end. This software will create an inviting and engaging candidate experience for positive first impressions. And Josh earlier, you had seen the picture of what it would look like from the mobile perspective. The ability to continuously improve recruiting processes and hiring practices with built-in analytics, so we're constantly getting recommendations from this software, how we can improve our process. The ability to provide syndication of job postings to external job placement websites such as Indeed or Monster. And then the available anytime and anywhere on any device. Local clients include the Authority. UKG has been a partner with the Authority for our Kronos system, which is our timekeeping and payroll system, and they've been a great partner. Other clients include the Northeast Ohio Regional Sewer District, the Ohio Public Employees Retirement System, the Cuyahoga County Public Library, and over 1,000 more Ohio public and private employers. The negotiated and pricing includes a $105,000 annual fee for 3 years, totaling $315,000, and a $32,000 one-time fixed fee, and that will be paid up front for implementation and training services. The staff requests that the Organizational Services and Performance Monitoring Committee recommend an award to UKG Incorporated to provide applicant tracking system services in a total contract amount not to exceed $347,000 for a 3-year period. I would like to add that this was 24% below what we had budgeted for this project, so we were very, very happy with the results. And I will be happy to answer questions, or Josh as well.
Any questions from, go ahead, Mayor Weiss.
Just a question about coverage. Does this system cover all employees of the agency, or are there anyone outside of this system?
So this system would cover all new applicants, and so what will happen in the future is current employees applying for new jobs would go to this platform to apply. But all new employees will come through this portal.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Just one question. This is a 3-year contract. I think once we get in, if the authority likes the product, my guess is you'll want to continue with it. Were there any discussions on how that might look like? Would we be charged another $32,000 fee if we entered into a new contract? You know, what would that look like? What are your thoughts on a longer-term view?
Sure. So the fixed cost is related to implementation services. So once the system is up and running, there should not be a new $32,000 cost. That was verified with the vendor. But you will have an annual licensing subscription that you will have to pay. So that's what you'll see if you renew.
If I can
Oops, I'm
add.
sorry. Go ahead.
Thank you. I just wanted to add to that response. The team had a lot of debate to be able to discuss how long the contract term would be that would be appropriate for implementation, specifically because we want to make sure that we integrate this into a system that we just haven't had this kind of experience in a while. There were options to be able to think about 1, 2, or 3, and 3 was the recommendation by all parties to ensure that we had enough time to be able to kind of move over to this platform and also make sure that HR was able to utilize it independently. So I just wanted to be able to add that as well. I also would like to ask George Fields, as he's the head of the HR division, which will largely be the customer, to be able to give, if it's okay, about 30 seconds or so, or maybe a minute, on his expectations of the platform, since it is relatively new.
No, thank you, Ms. Burson, Terry, members of the board. We are very pleased with this product and with the technology and procurement teams to bring this product to us. As you heard Josh talk about at the beginning of the presentation, candidate experience and hiring manager experience are paramount to us to be able to compete within today's market and the future market. In particular, the human resource team that demoed this, they had rave reviews, and we're coming from a space where we didn't have all this types of technology, but we need to have it again to be able to compete in this labor market. So really pleased with this.
Yes, go ahead, Ms. McCall.
Just a quick question. So we're going to use them for, to track the employees. Are we going to use them, or are we already using them for timekeeping?
We do.
Okay.
We do use Kronos for our timekeeping system, have been for some time, and they do a wide range of human capital products. This one in particular was the one that we decided to add.
That's good. So this will be integrated with what they already do for their agency.
Yeah, I'd want to turn that over to Josh to talk about how that happens, but Josh.
Yeah, so I just want to be clear, the one system serves the current population and their payroll requirements, and this is going to serve a new potential employee. It will hand off to that system, right? But the onboarding process will live in the new ATS, and then the tracking management, time clock related concerns will live in the legacy Kronos product we already have. Does that clarify?
Mm-hmm. It is. Thank you very much.
Sure.
This is also just a good example of kind of the division of labor in the IT division to be able to serve the needs of the administrative side for the software. Josh and his team have done a really good job of kind of canvassing the DGMs to say, hey, what do you need? How can we help you get to the best technological solution so that we can kind of move away from paper and the analog way of doing things, while Lively and his team also handle the district needs and also support the administrative. It's a good way to kind of jumpstart, I think, the evaluation process. That's why we also asked Ashley to give you a little bit of information about the trials, because that's something of an anomaly, I think, through the procurement process.
Any other questions or comments? If there are no other questions or comments, is there a motion to take this to the full board?
Motion, Lauren.
A second?
Second, Mayor Weiss.
Any nays? We will be taking this to the full board, and is there a motion to close thus?
So moved. Mayor Weiss.
Second.
You don't have far to go.
Reverend, is your microphone on?
Yes, it
The light
is.
on? Okay.
We will continue our committee meetings today with a request. But first of all, may we have the roll call for the Committee on the Whole Board.
President Lucas,
Present?
Ms. Moss,
Here.
Mayor Biassiata, Mr. Joyce, Mayor Kumar,
Here.
Ms. McCall. Here. Ms. Peo, Mayor Weiss,
Here.
and Ms. Welch.
Present.
We have 7 committee members present.
Thank you very much. An executive session is requested to enter into executive session to review the negotiations concerning the compensation and conditions of employment for GCRTA's union employees. We have a motion to go into executive session. Your second?
Second.
Thank you. We have a roll call.
All right. President Lucas,
Yes.
Ms. Moss,
Yes.
Mr. Joyce, Mayor Kumar,
Yes.
Ms. McCall,
Yes.
Mayor Weiss,
Yes.
and Ms. Welch.
Yes.
We have 7 ayes and none opposed.
All right, thank you very much. Shall we go into executive session? We're asking
We're ready in the back, Sheila. Yeah, I think they got the stream together.
After this, Teresa, anything else today?
No, this is the last meeting for this morning.
All right. Will you please call the roll? We have a motion, I'm sorry, we have a motion.
Motion to come out of executive session.
Second,
Second, Valerie.
Valerie?
President
All right.
Lucas?
Yes?
Ms. Moss?
Yes.
Mr. Joyce? Mayor Kumar?
Yes.
Ms. McCall?
Yes.
Mayor Weiss?
Yes.
And Ms. Welch?
Yes.
We have 7 yeas and none opposed.
All right.
A motion to come to close this session.
Second? Call the roll?
All right, President Lucas?
Yes?
Ms. Moss?
Yes.
Mr. Joyce? Mayor Kumar?
Yes.
Ms. McCall?
Yes.
Ms. Mayor Weiss?
Yes.
And Ms. Welch? Okay.
Yes.
We are closed?
7 to close.
We are closed.
We're closed for business.
We're closed for business. Thank you very much, and we'll see you at the regular board meeting.